Hello there, internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another MTG video for you guys today. And today we're gonna play a pretty interesting deck that actually placed fourth in a Fandom Legends tournament a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, more or less. Gotta give a shout outs to Nicholas for sending this deck my way and letting me know of its existence because it's pretty dope. It is actually, despite the fact that you see Grixis colors there, I like to label this as a mono blue deck because we're not really hard casting the black and red cards from our hand. We're actually going to either trigger them from the graveyard or summon them from, again, the graveyard. So this is a self-mill deck. It's basically a deck that is centered around the idea of milling the top cards of our deck and getting benefits off of that. So how do we benefit off of something like that? Well, we have stuff like Jellyfish here, MegaMogwai, which is a 2-mana 1/1 with flying that auto-spawns itself or resurrects itself from the graveyard onto the battlefield if it is put into the graveyard from the library. We also have Creeping Chill, which has a very similar effect, but in this case we deal 3 damage to the opponent and we gain 3 life. And we have a 4 of Arc like Phoenix, which we all know at this point really well. The beginning of combat phase on our turn, if we've cast 3 or more instant and or sorcery spells this turn, return Arc like Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. This is our main win condition right here. This is how we push the majority of our damage and how we're aiming to finish off our opponent. So how do we mill ourselves so efficiently? Well, the entire deck is kind of built around that. We have 4 copies of Drowned Secrets, which is our main engine. This will enable us to target ourselves with it and mill the top 2 cards of our deck every time we cast a blue spell. We have a very low curve, as you guys can see here, and we have the likes of Discovery Dispersal, which also enables us to surveil. We have Mission Briefing, which also surveils and enables us to recycle cards from our graveyard that we've cast before or that we've milled as well, and a bunch of like really cheap spells that are really good for tempo purposes or for drawing through our deck, which makes multi-summoning Arc like Phoenix a really easy task to go with. A lot of card draw going on. A deck that is overall very vulnerable to Narset. Despite our low curve, we're actually a little bit slow because we are vulnerable to aggro decks that go first. And overall, despite past success with this deck, I don't think it's the most consistent, to be completely honest with you. But it's a very unique and fun strategy, and I thought I'd share it with you guys today, as I did have a live recording with this deck. I got some cool games to showcase. So, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this like unique take on mono blue, because when you hear mono blue, this is not what you really expect. And may the self mill be with you. I don't know. I don't think I have to say something like that, but I'm sorry. I'm just, sometimes I can't help being cheesy as fuck, honestly. Love ya. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, here we go. Let's mill ourselves for the win, or try at least. I don't have the most experience with this sort of deck, but I see a hand with double Merfolk Secret Keeper on Summon, Radical Idea. None of the cards that I don't want to draw, such as Creeping Chill, Phoenix, and the Jellyfish, and I keep. This is a good hand. A 3-lander, we can definitely get going. The only thing that we're missing with this hand is the secret. Is it the Secret Keeper or the bridge? Basically the bridge. As we're facing mono red, I'm gonna go ahead and just venture deeper. Even though I couldn't summon that, we do get a blocker in the Jellyfish. Hell yeah. Which stops, like, unless he has a shock, he can't do that and light up the stage this turn. And we have a blocker for the Scorch Spitter, which is really nice. We also have these Secret Keepers are really good blockers. Alright, and that takes a stomp out of him, which is nice. With these Secret Keepers, we can definitely buy some time here. I'm going to go ahead and mill again. Don't quite get what we want, but we do have an 0-4 blocker here, which is difficult for mono red to overcome. Obviously, Bone Crusher Giant is the kind of card that my opponent can definitely be playing now and threatening me with. I think that would be the play to go for, honestly. Unless you just prefer spreading out. I mean, I can block the Scorch Spitters, but it's not like I can stop them from pinging at me every turn anyways. Okay, so that was a land. That was a land, right? What do we do here? How do I reach these kids? I'm gonna go for the opt, because I need to find something. Like that. Even though I'm more prone to taking more damage for not playing Merfolk Secret Keeper, now I can start milling myself. And, you know, we do definitely need to get that going. We haven't found a single bird yet. But even if we do draw them... I assume that was another land. Why can't I see them anymore? They used to be shown in exile, even if they were lands. I'm gonna do this. Unfortunately, we may be a little bit too slow right now. Like, unsummoned could be nice, but we actually need it. But to be fair, with double Radical Idea, we should be fine, right? I mean, how many Arclight Phoenixes? That's 3 birds. That's 3 birds. That's 6 damage, though. Is that like another land? Why does it not show me? I'm actually going to unsummon my own Secret Keeper. Unless he does something different. Okay, now we do this. Alright, that's the kind of shit I like to see. We're able to counter that. Ah. Alright, we got the blockers. We're able to use maximize altitude on the opponent, which is not technically what we do most of the time, but it works out. The cavalry is here. This only pumps attack. I wonder if he'll go for the attack here. If he does, we will trade. He doesn't. Nice. How many creeping chills is that? That's 2. Which means I have 1 more left, which means I can try to set up the kill here. But I need a little bit more time. we could actually come back from this. Holy crap. He has 1 blocker with Robber of the Rich. The thing is, like, we need a black source of mana for this. Oh! I'm not sure why I conceded there. I didn't have the win by any means. I had 1 more creeping chill, would drop them to 11. But this Robber of the Rich, like, I needed an unsummon. If I got an unsummon, I won. Because 1 more creeping chill and plus 1 attack on this amoeba here, and that's 11 damage, right? So I just need to unsummon this and win. So I'm pretty sure I could have found it, but I didn't have it in hand, so... And our entire deck, like, really benefits from it. The thing is, we are a bit slow. Like, despite the fact that our curve is very low, like, we max out at 4. And, I just realized we're also playing Pirate Ops, which is actually disgraceful. I can't go for 1 op, right? Nah, I can wait. I'm gonna drop the secrets. The Drowned Secrets. Drowned Secrets will enable us to get going. If he's playing mono black, it's hard for me to believe that he has, an answer for it. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the discovery and start the process. I like holding on to the ops. Because I can use them to, okay, the Paragon, alright. Because I can use them, the ops to enable the Arc Like Phoenix to happen much easier. We're gonna do this again, mill ourselves. There's a bird. I want to keep that unsummoned there. But I also just want to draw this. I'm not being immediately pressured. This is not mono red, so I can just double up. And I should have milled that. If I knew I was going to play that, I made a mistake there. I made a misplay. Because if I knew I was going to drop the unsummon, I definitely should have milled it right off the bat to have a higher chance of milling something else. Alright, now we're starting to feel the pressure. But... now is also when we got the potential to really make him hurt. Let's go for discovery. Mill, show me the good stuff. That's not the good stuff. It's not the good stuff at all. Let's go with this. That's good. Jelly. Peanut butter and jelly. Ah, we missed the creeping chill, which sucks. I do think we can go for 1 bird now, though. Maybe we're lucky and we get another one in there. Ah, come on. Breaking my balls here. Breaking my balls. Alright, this figure. This is rough. We could just be dead. Okay, we're dead. Damn. Damn, son. I mean, that could have gone much better, considering I had double drown secret setup. That we could have, like, we got pretty unlucky there. We didn't hit many things at all. I don't like having these two in my opening hand, so I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan. I like this even less, so I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan. And I can send the Amoeba and one of the lands to the bottom of my deck, so I keep this. You gotta be willing to mulligan aggressively with this build, because you can't afford to keep a hand with stuff like this. The way that this deck plays out is very simple. You don't want to draw certain cards, so don't draw them. I could unsummon that, but I'm gonna go ahead and not do that. We could see turn 2 Akko. I'm ready. We do have the radical idea to discard the Phoenix, though, which is nice. That's interesting. Does he have another bird? Okay. Well, it seems we could be getting Nisa'd. That sucks. Well, we do have the radical idea for this. But, even so, like, the fact that we haven't been able to mill so much. Okay, Akko is not the worst. Like, I was more worried about Nisa.
To watch kings grovel and worms rule.
Cool story, bro. We're gonna take a hit here. We can even unsummon these tokens and kill them, but we don't need to do that. Akko, I'm trying to talk here. God damn it. Alright, we're gonna go with Radical Idea, because we need to get this out. And we need to cycle through our deck. I really, really, really do want to search for a land here and get that going. Or that works too. Alright, we'll take the Creeping Chill. Now I could unsummon this and eliminate it, but I could also unsummon the Paradise Druid, which also really slows him down. But then again, I don't just want to die to this. Now here's the main problem. It's called Akko and how he just completely denies my art like Phoenix here. So I'm gonna try to attack him. If he wants to trade one of the birds for him, that's fine.
Why do you cross me?
Because you're a dick. The fact that he can go +1 and just be like, hey, you don't have art like Phoenix anymore.
One bite, and all your cares are gone.
We could definitely see Nisa here, amongst other things. I still didn't deem it worthy to balance the Paradise Druid. I think permanently removing a 3/3 with 1 mana is worth it more. And of course, it's Akko, so he can just like survive multiple attacks because he's like tremendously statted. What can we do here? I'm gonna try to mission briefing. Gonna try to attack here.
So it's a game you're interested in.
Alright, so it's Once Upon a Time. The fact that these gooses serve as blockers is definitely a problem, because it really hinders my ability to like apply pressure with the Arclight Phoenix directly, because you could just generate tokens and use these as shun blockers and buy a lot of time. So I feel like I have to take a different route to win here, and it revolves around Drowned Secrets. I have to set up the Drowned Secrets. I have to go for Discovery Dispersal, and I gotta try to see if I can get a lot of value out of my milling effects this way. We're off to quite a slow start.
Welcome to the feast.
I'm gonna keep it like this. We're in trouble, definitely. But the more Arclight Phoenixes I can get on the graveyard, the more my chances of not getting obliterated are. They're not that great, though. I'm gonna send that there and try to build up here. I can't kill this. So it has trample, so there's no point in me trading into it right now. We could see another Crassus. We could just lose to like big boy Crassus. It could very well happen.
Surely you must be famished.
Let's see if we can find the land and potentially do this. Okay. I could use this on this, but I'm better off going for this. This sucks, but I have to kill Akko, because otherwise he steals one of my Phoenixes. So I have to guarantee that I actually... Like, this feels really bad. But if I don't do it, he goes for the -5 and he takes away one of my Phoenixes, and then it's just...
You're too close-minded.
But it feels like this matchup is already pretty over. Because like I said, as long as he can chump block with these Gilded Gooses, he can attack pretty freely with the Crassus. We had a very slow start, unfortunately. Like, against this deck, we need a faster, Drowned Secret setup to kind of like overwhelm him. But because we were so slow, he was able to build up these Crassus plays and just kind of shut us down. It is what it is. We cry and we move on. I don't think there's any way for me to win at this point. Brazen Borrower. Garrick.
Watch out. These woods get awful dark. You cannot run or hide.
That's a terrible draw. Right, GG. It was the Garruk, guys. The Garruk is the MVP of this game. It totally wasn't Akko. Which means we need to be pretty selective with our hands. I'm going to keep this because this is the kind of shit that I dream with. Like double Secret Keeper is really good. Really good to start things off. This deck is definitely thrilling to play, but it's definitely not... I mean, that's as good as it gets for an opener. Like, not only that, but we send an Artifact Phoenix to the graveyard. Like, I am content. Wait, block? I could go for the Callous Dismissal. But then again, I can always do that later. I'm going to go with this. I can draw into another land later down the line. Okay, that sucks. I mean, I was going to draw that anyways if I just kept one land. Mission Briefing is actually pretty interesting. I would like to get the Artifact Phoenix in there. Let me attack first. Because we're facing Simic Flash, so we gotta... It gets tricky. We have to... We have to get under them. We have to make use of our Unsummon here. We have to be very wise with how we use Unsummon. And I think we may be okay just playing a Narco Moiba here. Because if he has a counter for this, I'll gladly exchange a counter for a 2-mana 1/1 with flying. Like, I'm perfectly fine with that. There's the Cutthroat. That could very well be our unsummoned target. If he wastes an unsummon here, then I know he won't be able to counter my next turn, which means I will be able to go off. If he attacks, I will gladly trade that. Bam. Yep. I'll take that trade, thank you. That Sailor can definitely provide him with much more value than the Moiba is going to provide me with as the match goes on. As it can draw him cards, so I'll gladly make that trade. Again, he could have Quench, he could have Negate, but he's limited with his counterspell options. Could try to go for the Mission Briefing, see if he counters it. This is a spooky card, especially if you haven't seen it before. It may... Ooh, nice. I don't know if we can afford to play Drowned here. We want to search for a land, but... I'm actually not gonna play into a counter now. I'm not guaranteed to draw into a land either. Well, Drowned Secrets could have been good. I'm gonna go for Callous Dismissal, and I'm... Nice, nice, nice. We get the creepy chill. I'm gonna go for this. Now, even if he does have a counter, he can't stop 2 of these plays. I'll take it. Double bird. I have a feeling he has like a brazen borrower. And he wants to return one of my phoenixes to my hand, but that means Radical Idea is that much better. Yeah, definitely has a brazen borrower. Definitely has one. Or an unsummon. Or nothing. If I can at least get a W on Simic Flash, I am complete. I'm satisfied. I made it. Nightpack Ambusher is something I do not fear in the slightest right now. Let's just go in. There it is. There it is. Double. Well, that's problematic. Let's go for this. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Okay, we're finding the Radical Ideas, though. The fact that we drew this one really sucks. We'll take the hit, because that gives us an extra attacker. You're welcome for my singing. You're welcome. I'm gonna go for the Secret Keeper. And we just throw everything to the garbage there. And let's try to go for the Discovery. We play 3, right? Play Secret Keeper. We play Discovery Dispersal. Yeah. Let's go for the kill. Because I know what he wants to do. He may just want to, like, basically if he resorts on Brazen Borrower to block here, then we win because we can unsummon it. Because he needs to tap 2 blue mana for it. Yep. Get the fuck out of here. Out of my face! There we go. Few things for me in Magic the Gathering feel as satisfying as taking down Simic Flash and getting a shiny Chandra for it.
And you look flammable enough.
I gotta be real. Like, I despise that deck, and I guess we went 2-2 today in a pretty long video at the end of the day, despite the fact that we're playing best of one. As you guys can see, the deck is very it's draw dependent, it's mill dependent, I'd rather say, and it can be very punished if we are off to a slow start, and obviously we can draw certain cards that we don't want to draw, right? Like the fact that there are 12 cards in the deck that we don't want to have in our hand can make it for some, you know, very unfortunate games. But overall, very fun, rather unique.